Hello, let's do this early. All right, as you'll see, there's really nothing on the economic calendar today. Home sales, uh, that'll hurt, but it shouldn't be a big deal. Tomorrow, we have CPI and oil numbers. So that should be a big market mover. Well, maybe. We'll see. The market hasn't seemed to care about much of anything. Everything just moving up. All right, let's look at the NASDAQ. On the hourly, we broke this trend line. Um, we had a bigger push today than I would have expected. Um, I thought we would have been jammed up right here and reversed. We did not. We blew through that. And then, yeah, once we did that, I thought we would continue up. And we are. So the next range is about 25,400, 25,500, right in there. Um, we will, or we should, hold up here at 25,250 range at these highs when we re-challenge those. The VIX should come down to support here. 2260, somewhere in there. I was looking for it to hold 2330, but it did not. So now I think we'll touch this trend line. I don't think we'll drop all the way down to 19 again, but we'll see. Never say never. Um, on a daily, you're still in this bullish trend here. On a weekly, you haven't crossed over, and in fact, you're still above the 5 MA. Still in between that and the upper Bollinger. The monthly, I mean, you're breaking out on the monthly. So, as I say, the market still has a VIX problem. And yeah, let's just see how it goes. The market has a VIX problem and it has an oil problem that it seems to think is under control. Now, odd thing happened yesterday. As I told my group, VIX and oil both hit my targets. They did it in a day. That I don't like. Not a fan of that big move. I mean, I'm a fan because I made good profit, but I don't I don't like seeing that move like that. I like to see it more structured. So now that it's pulling back, okay. Now is it pulling back just to build up for the bigger move, or are we going to consolidate down here? I mean, I assume it's building for the bigger move, but how we do it, do we just drop and rock it, or are we going to consolidate? I don't know, but I'm a buyer down here. In the 82 range, that should hold, I think. Maybe down to 77. Here's the cues. Let's shut off the noise. There we go. See where we're at. You can see we're breaking out on the 4 hour. Why am I on that chart? There we go. Let's go to the hourly. I hate how all these moves are after hours. It's odd. But anyways, yeah, still breaking out. Should challenge this 612. I think we could go as high as 614 today. We might challenge this 618. I thought we were going to do it back here, but it had to do a huge drop and then come up and challenge 618, I guess. No, this market's just a crazy yo-yo. Your upper expected moves are excuse me, 618 is your upper expected move, and your lower expected move is 603. So it expects a bullish day today. We will see. I do too. I think the market drifts up, and then I think whatever's going to happen will drive it down. All right, let's look at some stocks just real quick. Huntsman had a great day yesterday. Still didn't cross over, still hasn't broken out. Neo. This looks good to continue up. Yeah, this looks good. This looks good to continue up. That makes sense if oil's going to spike, but oil dropped back down. You would assume oil would be spiking. Iridium, this has not crossed over, not bullish yet, but I like the chart on the longer time frames. Looks really good. So I like that one. Let's see what Paramount's going to do. Let's see if we've broken this. Nope. So hopefully Paramount gets a bid here today. Hopefully we get a bounce up here. If not, then this might have just been a relief rally. And we could go back to selling. Oil with a weird day yesterday. EONR just had a great day. Didn't care. Sold off at the end and then it's back up. PBR. Again, just way outside the Bollinger. It's too bullish. Too bullish. Is it time to look at Nove again? I think it might be. Well, let's go to the monthly. Close. Let's give this another day. Let's see what it does today. Same with Halliburton. I think these all premature bounced. Just my guess. That's the OIH, Nove, and Halliburton. No turn there. Crossed over. You did have bullish divergence. So this OIH may have bottomed here. Let's give it another day, see if it gets above this 5 MA. That's going to be, let's see if it does it with oil bouncing around perhaps, or whatever oil's going to do. See, I don't like where this is. This seems like a dead cat bounce to me. And I know that looks bullish, but this still looks like a dead cat bounce. Yeah, you're still below the 5 MA there. Still below the 5 MA there. Now, not saying you couldn't get above it and then squeeze up. You very well could. I mean, I'm still bullish in this sector. But I just don't think you're there yet. As bullish as I am in that sector. That's not to say I'm going to do anything with these. I'm going to watch. I already have my positions in those. Now, again, this is outside the Bollinger for 3 days, and you touched the 200. So this was definitely going to bounce. Let's see if it gets a bigger bounce or if that's all the weak bounce it can get. Same with Under Armour. See, I don't like where any of these are. These look like they just are bouncing back into a sell range just because they were too oversold. 3D had a great day. I'm in this. I'd like to see it get up here 315 or so. My average is around 209, I think, 208, 209, somewhere in there. So it's not bad. But yeah, I'm looking for this into the threes. And then overall, if we are turning around, which we have not broken out yet, we've crossed over but not broken out. Same with the monthly, crossed over but not broken out. See, we've crossed over before, but not broken out. Is the third time the charm? I think so. But the key here is that our low is all the way back here in COVID. No, sorry, way before COVID. This is the financial crash. So we held our low there. And then I believe we may have held our. No, we did not hold the COVID low. Okay. Anyways, I still expect this to turn around and at least get a big spike up into the 5 or 6 range, if not something a lot more. And we need to break that 315 zone to push up higher. And then our next target would be 530. So that would be a big zone to break. AAOI. Yeah. Still just squeezing up. Let's see what that does. I don't like all that movement up there. I definitely wouldn't be a buyer. That's for sure. UMAC outside the Bollinger. I expect it to push towards this $20 to close the gap there. Weekly, just breaking out. Probably another drop. We'll see. But yeah, I expect this one to go higher into the 20s. Qubits had a good day. It's technically, this is looking good. I mean, I won't lie. You're above the mid Bollinger. Bollingers are pinching. I mean, you could squeeze up. This is crossed over. Whoa. Your RSI is crossed over. So, I mean, this could be very bullish. I just don't like the way it bottomed. I don't like how your 50 is coming down towards your 200. I don't know. I don't like how this bottomed. I don't know how else to say it. It doesn't sit right with me. So this could pop to 22, 23, and then we'll see what it does. BBA high. Again, this is another one. This looks like it could squeeze and really break out. Is Q? No, that looks like it's breaking down. All right. That's enough looking at stocks. I still don't trust the market. I don't think the market is very safe right now. As you can see, here's the Qs. Let's see what we do around 612. Yeah, I still like energy. If energy is going to drop, I'll be a buyer of that. There are other select sectors and select stocks that I like Iridium, Huntsman. But we'll just, yeah, I'm not overall bullish. I'm not overall bearish, especially not right now. I'd rather prefer to just let the market drift because it looks like it's going to drift higher, and then I'll probably short it once it goes higher. Again, reshort it. We'll see. Not that, yeah, now that I'm rethinking that, I probably won't just because I'll just leave this alone. Just let it work out. But I don't trust where this is going. I don't I think it's going higher and it's ignoring a bunch of risk. And the market's good at that. It's great at it. That's how it lulls you in. And that's also why I don't want tech, why I prefer energy. So if it's going to drop energy to me, then that's what I'll be a buyer of. All right. There's VIX. Yeah, I expect the markets to just kind of drift up. There's not a lot of tech that I'd be a buyer of. There are some good stocks out there that I like. Um, yeah, here's one. ABEV. This is a stock that I like. Here we go. There's the weekly chart. Let's go back to the monthly. See what we're working with. So we broke out of this downtrend here. And now we're shooting up. And so I'd like to stair step our way. But eventually, some point years in the future, I'd like to be up here in the $7-8 range. I have it at 2, and that's pretty good. Weekly, we continue up. I think we should close this cup near $4. I would prefer sooner rather than later, but hey, market does what the market does. Looks like we're trying to turn around here. We're above the 5 MA. Again, this would kind of be a sign that the market may have put in a little temporary bottom here. We have to get above the mid Bollinger, which is right there at 308. So not very far from where we are now. Okay. With that, be safe, be wise, be bold, and as always, good luck.